Hello everybody, welcome to Build Fly Go. So a few different things going on this week. So you'll notice on the bench there's a new tool. I purchased a Numatix rivet squeezer. It's a mixed pneumatic slash hydraulic rivet squeezer that sort of moves the heavy part of the rivet squeezer to something that you're not holding. I've been pretty excited to try this. Unfortunately, the one that I received was defective. There were a couple of different, there was actually two different leaks in it, which is pretty unfortunate. I know that's not common, and the vendor that I purchased through, not the manufacturer, of course, the vendor, Flyboy Accessories, was really good. They just basically, I sent them an email, said there was an issue, and they just mailed me a new one with a pint glass in the box as a, sorry for the confusion. But anyway, so you'll be seeing more of that in the coming weeks as I work on it. So right now we're working on some of the cabin passenger area ribs. These are the ones that go partially under where the front occupants sit and also where the legs for the rear occupants are. You'll notice that if you look carefully, there's some seatbelt attached brackets that go on there as well. But mostly they're the, where your legs go if you're sitting in the back in the RV10. Another thing going on is you might have noticed it's winter in Wisconsin, so we've got snow on the ground and it's below freezing out, which means it's hard to prime. You've probably noticed in the past that I prime parts with the door open and I prime them outside, and I can't do that in the cold, unfortunately. So I've been sort of in a slump trying to figure out what to do about that. That's why this week has been sort of slow for me. And I decided to just build a paint booth, that I was going to reorganize the shop and get some of the things out there and build a paint booth. And that's what this PVC pipe is for. This is 1-inch PVC with all the fittings. And we're going to move as many things as we can out of the workshop and get things out of the way so that I can build a booth. You'll notice that Mary and I pulled the cabin top out, and it's now in the garage with the car. With any luck, I'm not going to hit it. And we're cleaning up and just moving things out of the way. I moved one of the fuel tanks into the house as well to get that out of the way. And this is the one that's left in here, is the one that I haven't done the final leak check on, which I really need to do and get on that. I've been avoiding it. So we're removing, so you can see we put paper down on the floor, and there's going to be some plastic there as well. And we did the first size of that paint booth, and you notice that I cut it down and shortened it a little bit. It's pretty big. And what we're going to do is we removed one of the windows in the garage door, and you'll notice that I made a piece of foam that fits in there as a temporary cover. But we're going to put two box fans there. You can see one of them in the frame with filters so that it creates a negative pressure inside the paint booth, so that any paint fumes, any overspray, any of that kind of stuff gets sucked out into the house. And you'll notice that on the top left, we actually just put the two inlet filters into the plastic. We made little pockets out of plastic and taped them in, and then you just slide. These are just regular house heating and cooling filters. These are fairly cheap filters. I think these are like $1.50 a piece. And so this is going to be the first try at priming. You'll notice that Mary and I are cleaning parts now and getting them prepped and scuffed, ready for priming. And I'm going to suit up for this. I don't usually wear a bunny suit. I usually just wear the respirator. And you'll notice I'm going to wear the white Tyvek bunny suit for this priming job because the concentration of primer in there is going to be really high. And it's just going to soak into my clothes. So I don't want that, so I'm wearing the Tyvek suit. You'll notice, look at how tight that booth is, right? Because of the negative pressure in there. And the cool thing is this was a huge success. So Mary stayed in the workshop for part of this so that she could tell if there was any leakage, and there wasn't. She said she couldn't smell the primer at all. So I'm really happy with this, which means I can prime through the winter and we can make some solid progress. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys watching. Do subscribe, and we'll talk soon.